Hi guys, good evening and welcome to Bedtime Stories. Tonight's story was inspired by one of my favorites. I actually do have a lot of favorites. One of my favorites Ghanaian female writers, Efua Sutherland. The title is The Woman Who Carried Stories Forward. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. The Woman Who Carried Stories Forward. There was once a woman who believed stories were not just entertainment, they were instructions. She watched children gather under trees after sunset. Dust still clung to their feet from play. The night air carried laughter, hunger, and curiosity. She noticed something important. When stories were told, children listened differently. They sat closer, they asked questions, they imagined futures larger than their surroundings. So she began to tell stories that looked like them. Stories where African children were brave. Stories where girls spoke loudly. Stories where communities solved problems together. She believed storytelling changed the mind long before school ever could. Years passed and those children grew. Some became teachers. Some became writers. Some simply became adults who remembered kindness. And many of them carried stories forward because one woman decided that culture must be protected through imagination. Tonight, somewhere, another child listens to a story and begins to understand who they are. Stories travel farther than footsteps. They outlive the storyteller, and this woman knew that. She knew a story planted in the heart of a child would grow roots, quiet roots, deep roots. One story becomes another voice. Another voice becomes another storyteller. Another storyteller gathers another circle of children. Soon the night fills with many fires, many voices, many futures being imagined at once. She did not measure her work in applause. She measured it in the silence of children listening, in the pause before a question, in the laughter that followed a clever character, in the courage a child felt after hearing that someone like them could stand tall. She understood that a nation is not only built with roads and buildings, it is built with memory, with language, with stories that remind people who they are. So she kept telling them, under trees, in classrooms, on stages, anywhere children gathered. And slowly, quietly,